Welcome back to our YouTube. I'm Chic Chantel. Welcome to the Chateau. So tonight we are drinking Recess, their mood. This is the raspberry lemon flavor, so we put it into our nice little wine glass. So definitely make sure you go get something to sip on because this one is good tonight. So today we're going to dive into The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I recently reviewed The Maidens by him, and so this is also another psychological thriller. But this particular one has definitely been hyped. It is a #1 New York Times bestseller. And honestly, I think it is well worth the hype. So the book is definitely chilling, deeply psychological. It gives you the suspense, the obsession, the trauma, and one of the most, I would say, shocking plot twists that I've read in a while. So we're going to get into the characters a little bit. This is going to be a spoiler book review, so I am going to be naming names of the characters and things that happen in the story. So if that is not what you want in this particular book review, you can click out or go to one of the other ones where I just kind of give high level. But for this one, the plot of this is it follows a patient who is in a psych ward at this point and has been there for years. But her name is Alicia Berenson. She's a famous painter who shot her husband 5 times and then never spoke again. Like never spoke a word, a sentence, nothing. Instead, she created one last painting and then she fell completely silent throughout the trial, everything. And then Theo Faber, who is the other main character in this book, is her psychotherapist. So he's a psychotherapist who becomes consumed with understanding her silence and believes he's the only one who can reach her and really truly uncover the truth. And then we find out why he does believe that and why that is the truth, as far as he is the only one who can help her to uncover the truth or who knows what the truth is that Alicia has been silencing for all of these years. And so the deeper he digs, the more disturbing the story becomes, different characters, and all of the characters are complicated and suspicious. So in this whodunit, you believe that everyone did it. Her family, her friends, her husband. If he could kill himself and shoot himself 5 times, you believe he did it from the writing of the story. And so everyone just feels like they're hiding something. The book keeps you guessing on who you can trust, or I would say who Alicia could trust, which was no one in this case. And so Alicia experienced a lot of trauma in her childhood from her mom committing suicide, but I guess tried to be a murder suicide because Alicia was in the car when she did run into the wall. Her biological dad, who was left to take care of her, he ends up, kind of verbally abusing her, and then the aunt physically abuses her and her cousin. And so it seems like in this world, Alicia doesn't have anything or anyone to call her own or to kind of reinforce love for self or love for others until she meets her husband. And so she and her husband have a seemingly great relationship, right? It's unsettling that she would shoot him 5 times. That's a crime of passion. What happened? And so again, as we meet Theo, he starts to explore with her. As a psychotherapist, he's obsessed with her, really. So he leaves his previous job, takes on this job. Everyone's like, why would you come here? We're on our way out. This particular facility, they're looking at closing us, taking away our funding. Like, why would you come here? And he lets us know from the very beginning that he is simply there for Alicia. He is going to get her to talk, and we believe him, right? And so we do get to explore Theo's background as well, which is similar as far as the trauma or familiar trauma as far as family ties and how the lack thereof can enforce kind of this I'm alone in the world feeling, even when you do seemingly find your person. That seems to follow these two characters throughout their life, this feeling of I'm alone and no one loves me. And so he is also married, and we get to explore and dive into his marriage, the love and the lack of love, as well as an affair that his wife ensues upon, which directly ties him to Alicia. And so, for the big plot twist, is that he is the person that Alicia had been seeing, and they were saying that, she was crazy. No one was stalking her. No one's at the window. No one's on the street. But there was someone there watching her, and it was Theo, her psychotherapist. he was watching because his wife was participating in a extramarital affair, and it was with Alicia's husband. And so one particular night, or the night that everything went down, Theo comes into Alicia's studio, seemingly to hurt her, kidnap her, or kill her. But he tells her the story of this affair that his wife is carrying on with her husband, and it sends Alicia over the edge. And so Theo, for lack of better terms, puts the gun directly into Alicia's hands, literally. So physically and, of course, like mentally, by equipping her or giving her, this knowledge about her husband, who she thought was the only person in the world who understood her and loved her the right way. And so, what I loved about the book, of course, Alex's writing, is that the atmosphere is always dark but elegant, moody in the best way. And then, of course, like the pacing of the book was really good. Sometimes I felt like we were going slow as they were introducing characters. And then other times it went really quickly as we, really dove into the art. Because Alicia is an artist, and so it talks about the art and some of the symbolism in her art, and her art becoming her voice. And so I did really like that about the book, as well as again, everyone kind of being suspicious of everyone. So everyone kind of harboring these secrets or ill will, or just kind of this unsettling feeling about their relationship with Alicia. So it is a great murder mystery and psychological thriller. If you have not read it, I definitely recommend it. I, again, love Alex's writing, and so I am looking into continuing reading other titles from him. I think the next one that I would read would be The Fury. And so definitely tap in below in the comments. Let me know if you've read it, who was your favorite character in The Silent Patient, and what were your thoughts on Alicia, her story and background, as well as how we got her here as the silent patient, as well as Theo kind of being the antagonist in this particular story. But, we saw him as a kind of person there to save Alicia at first. And so tell me, kind of what you thought about that. But that is all that I have for today. We'll definitely be doing some more book reviews. But tell me again in the comments, if you're into thrillers and mysteries, what would be another book that you would recommend. But make sure to like, subscribe, and join me for more book breakdowns. Until then, have a good night.